Hey everybody, welcome to Rahdo Runs Through. Always trying to bring you the best the board game industry has to offer. And folks, June is almost over, which means we're almost halfway through this year, if you can believe it. So, what am I bringing you this week? Some fun stuff, as always, starting with a really enjoyable double feature that my wife and I filmed for backers of the show as an exclusive. It's Pyramids plus Noctiluca. And we had such a fun time doing full run-throughs of both of these. You might not have heard of either of these games. They really flew under the radar, but they are both excellent keepers, and we'll show you why as a thank you to all the folks who support the show, either here on YouTube as a member or over at patreon.com. You can hit that eye in the top right corner screen if you want to know more. But don't worry, folks, there's plenty for everybody, whether you back the show or not, because we're going to be bringing you Planet B. Talk about a game flying under the radar. I don't understand why more people aren't talking about this latest title from publisher Hans and Gluck, which is on the regular, one of the most reliable, solid publishers in the industry. They always put out really fun gameplay, and now they're branching into something else, satire, because this game is funny, while also being fun and crunchy, full of really interesting decisions as humanity transplants from planet A, Earth, to planet B, and it turns out we bring a lot of our problems with us. So you'll be getting to see that in action. We'll also be bringing you Coloma New Prospects, which is actually what I've got set up right here on the table right now. Got to film this later today. I am super excited about this. I was already a huge fan of Coloma. I did a run through for it years ago, but this expansion so elevates the game. It's a huge improvement, really big consequential changes, and I absolutely love it. Cannot wait to show it off to you. And then actually, folks, last week I brought you a 2-player run-through of Time Lancers, the very, very cool kind of gateway level time travel game, and we're not done with it, because this week Ruel is going to be live streaming a solo run-through of it, which I'm excited to see, because I really want to try out the solo myself. I think that solo mode could be brought into the 2-player game and really elevate the overall experience. But the solo mode, the stuff wasn't ready when I was covering it. So Ruel is stepping in. You're going to get a double feature, more time travel shenanigans with Time Lancers. But Ruel's actually going to be doing some more live streaming, folks. On Monday, the 26th at noon, Ruel is going to open the vault again, which for folks who don't know, this is a live stream that we do that after Ruel has put it up there, it will stay up for 24 hours and then the vault closes and it's gone again. So you have a very, very limited window. And what's the topic going to be? What are we going to bring out of the vault? Well, it's going to be part 2 of my epic 90-minute feature-length video I did going over the history of the Rahdo Runs Through channel. Part 1 really kind of covered my first year, where I was kind of getting up and running, and part 2 is going to be where I have my first big breakthrough, my first massive hits in video form, and really kind of establish myself all those years ago in Malta. So that'll be a lot of fun. If you're a fan of the show, you won't want to miss it. And don't worry if you do miss it. If you are a backer of the show, it will also be collated, and you'll be able to see it a little while later once the Vault series is over. But the most fun thing about the Vault, well, I like to think I'm pretty fun to listen to, but what's even better is Ruel's commentary and the commentary from the live stream audience when they can't believe I do X, Y, or Z. So anyway, that's going to be up for 24 hours, Tales from the Vault, on Monday at noon, twitch.rahdo.com. Okay, also, it's the end of the month. So, at the end of the month, what do? I do the monthly roundup, where I tell you all the games Jen and I played over the preceding 4 or 5 weeks. I do it in countdown format. We'll have a new game of the month, and honestly, the game of the month kind of surprised me. And so, you'll be able to hear about that, and also hear about some of the games that some of the contributors played this month as well. So, that's always a good time. And finally, folks, I will be continuing with part 3 of my new Q&A series, where I answer your questions. And folks, I need more questions. Email them to questions@rahdo.com so they can appear in a future Q&A episode. Got some big topics this week, some big showdowns between different games. What were Jen and I like back when we used to play a Magic the Gathering on the tournaments, scene in Seattle? A very, very controversial one, which honestly I'm thinking I might leave this one out. I'm not quite sure. But anyway, there's going to be some good fun stuff. And that's it, folks. And if you don't want to miss any of it, hit that eye right there, or that button right there to go on ahead and subscribe so you'll get notices about everything coming up. In the meantime, here's a bunch of other things. And now I've got 10 seconds. And Coloma, oh man. I'm thinking about trying to sing Mariah from Paint Your Wagon because it's been stuck in my head forever, but I won't submit you to that.